Good morning. Welcome. So we're going to practice a Pitta balancing yoga practice. And first, setting up with legs up the wall. It could be calves on the seat of a chair. So some of us may prefer that. We're sitting not too close to the wall, sideways, and then taking the legs comfortably up. And it could be also calves on the seat of a chair. Taking a moment here to make sure the hips and shoulders are same distance from the wall so that the spine is in a nice neutral position. And we're going to place the palms on the small intestines, so lower belly, which is the seat of Pitta, which is the dosha that combines the elements of water and fire. Definitely more fire and some water. So because we are at the end of the summer and today's temperature should be around the 90s. That is Pitta time of the year. It is right now 10 a.m. So this from 10 a.m. until 2 p.m. that is Pitta time of the day. That's when our digestive fire is the strongest, and that's why in the Ayurvedic system, they recommend for us to have our largest meal between that time, between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. We're going to also focus on the exhale, which is cooling. So the Pitta dosha combines the water and fire element. It is responsible for transformation within the body. So it relates to our metabolism. The qualities of fire and water are hot, bright, sharp, oily, liquid, light, and spreading. So when our Pitta is balanced, we have clear vision. That refers to the light of the fire. We have an insightful intellect and a glowing nature with an experience of inner harmony and strong digestion. When our Pitta is out of balance, so when there's excess fire in our constitution, particularly excess fire, we are irritable, we're feeling intense, angry, aggressive, and wanting to control and dominate situations. And it's reflected in the physical body as inflammation and redness, especially redness on the skin. and we may feel burned out. So the way we practice our yoga, when we notice there is excessive pitta, is to be with a playful attitude, a light-hearted attitude, and maybe practicing only with like, playfully I'm saying 53.26%, right? We don't have to give our whole to the practice, maybe just 53.26% or something like that. So let's do figure 4 stretch at the wall. We're going to take that right ankle in front of the left upper thigh. Make sure the heel stays on the floor. So we can bend the left leg. If we want a deeper stretch here, and we could flex that right foot. So the attitude with which we practice is extremely important. We're letting go of judgments, letting go of expectation, competition, and comparing ourselves, especially comparing ourselves with ourselves. So we can keep the gaze down to the earth, close to the earth. It can be even closing the eyes, which is very cooling. We will practice a lot of cooling back bend to stimulate the small intestines and the liver and the navel, to stimulate blood, and very cooling back bend, so close to the ground. And we'll practice moon salutation and Chandra Bindana, which is where we are inhaling through the left nostril and exhaling through the right nostril. So let's bring the legs up, and then we'll do that second side figure 4 stretch where the left ankle is in front of that right thigh. So back bend close to the ground and twist close to the ground are very cooling, very nurturing. So we know we have excess fire, for example, when we have diarrhea. So we want to avoid spicy food, alcohol, caffeine, sugar, chocolate, overworking, stress, and competition. The challenge is that when we have a strong Pitta dosha in our constitution, so when we're naturally a Pitta person, we are attracted by other Pitta people. So we are in a way wanting more of what we know of ourselves to be. So we attract other Pitta dominant people in our life, and we tend to enjoy that intensity. But fire on top of fire can go into excess, into imbalance, and then that's where we have conflict and too much intensity. So it's all about keeping things in balance. So coolness, and also practicing in a dark space with the gaze on the earth is very cooling. So what we're going to do is stick your feet up and a little bit of movement through the feet here, pointing and flexing the feet. So restorative yoga is very beneficial to Pitta dominant constitution. Most important, practicing playfully, not taking our practice too seriously, really important. So we're hugging the legs, and then we're going to roll to the side. So we're focusing on the exhale throughout the practice, which is cooling. So coming to your hands and knees, wrist underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips, and as we exhale into our cat, and as we're inhaling into our cow, exhale, rounding and repeating this way. Cat and cows, gazing at the earth. Even in our cow, gaze down towards the earth. And focusing on the exhale. So coming to our child's pose. Make sure here that the third eye center, the region between the eyebrows, can be maybe in contact with the earth, the mat, maybe the hands. Our awareness is on that region of the navel, lower belly. Focus on the exhale, which is cooling. So even breath, nostril breathing. Coming to our baby carrot with knees on the mat, or straight leg carrot, also known as Dandasana. Press down through the palms and then right away belly to the mat. So that region of small intestines and navel onto the mat. So hands a little ahead of the shoulders. As we inhale, gently up, breathing here. So movement is healing. So we're moving less. Stillness a little longer in the posture, and breathe into that lower belly region of the body. This is our very, very lazy cobra. It can always be elbows on the mat. So we are in tune with our prana, which we've been practicing forever. And we can sense when there is excess heat, excess wanting, when we're really attached to results and how things should be. Hands next to the ribs as we inhale, little cobra, and then puppy downward dog. Of course, you're welcome to do your downward facing dog, your child's pose. So luckily we are in a dry heat climate. If we have excess Pitta in our system, there's nothing more aggravating than humid heat. Being in a very hot, very humid climate. Okay. Focusing on the exhale. And yes, we could do longer exhales, especially if we feel really overheating. And it could even be exhaling out through the mouth. So naturally, when we step on our mat, we have expectation or anticipation. I'm going to do this posture, I'm going to do this and that. Letting go of those thoughts and just enjoying the breath. So coming to baby carrot or carrot, inhale, gazing at the earth, exhale, all the way onto the belly. So the snake is checking if the tail is still there. Right hand forward, left hand next to the rib cage waist, and the left fingers can turn a little out. Inhale, come up. Gaze back towards the left heel. Exhale, release. Inhale, up. Exhale, feel the region of that navel. Inhale, gazing back. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Hands next to the ribs. A nurturing back bend. Inhale. And then coming to your nurturing forward bend. So cooling food like vegetables, maybe in the form of salad, especially having that around lunchtime between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m. Very, very balancing. Walking in the shade, making sure we have a nice white hat. Little tools, so healing. Inhale, carrot. And as we exhale all the way to the belly, so our second left side, left hand forward, right hand turning out next to the waist or the ribs. Inhale, gazing back. Exhale, release. Inhale. So here, stimulating the eyes by gazing back. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more breaths. Very nice. Hands next to the ribs. Inhale, nurturing back bending. Exhale, forward bending. Coming on to baby carrot, knees on the mat. So here we go for moon salutation. So we're taking that right foot forward. Hands to that upper right thigh. And instead of taking the arms up, just open the arms wide. Breathing. Attention in that lower region of the navel. Gaze on the earth, which is cooling. And we can focus on the exhale. And hands along the front foot. Bring that right foot closer to the hips. And then just step forward. Exhale, forward bend. Hands to the lower back or interlacing fingers behind the back. Now drop the hips, arms in front of us, and as we inhale, come up. So cooling back bend. Interlace the fingers, head, weight of the head into the palms. Cooling, standing back bend with the head resting into the hands. It is a little more cooling. Good. Exhale, forward bending. And we can interlace the fingers behind the back. Hands on the outside of the feet. Just take the right foot to the bottom of the mat, knee down. Hands to the upper thigh. And here, perhaps crescent moon with the arms back. So we're having a playful attitude, maybe a day or two without a goal, a practice without goals. Hands along the front foot and downward dog. Inhale into our carrot, knees to the mat. And as we exhale, it can be on the belly or heart between the hands. Point the feet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Attention onto that small intestines. Region of the navel, and exhale, knees on the mat. So left foot, top of the mat. Hands to that left upper thigh. And we could do arms towards the back. So when we have a lot of fire and water in our constitution, we can be very focused with a lot of intensity. And it's like we're not enough in the heart. So to balance that Pitta, to soften that fire and water that can be aggressive, being more in the heart. Exhale, hands along the front foot. Left foot more under the hips or closer to the hips. Step forward. Hands can be on the lower back. If you want, interlace the fingers, arms behind the back. Breathing here. So bring the hips to be low, arms in front of us. Inhale. Breathing, goofy way of interlacing fingers, weight of the head into the palms. And we're breathing here. Focus on the exhale and that lower navel. Good. Shoulders over hips. Exhale, fold forward, interlacing fingers behind the back. Hands to the outside of the feet, left foot to the bottom of the mat, and that left knee down. The right foot is enough on the right side. Hands to that front upper thigh. So this is our Chandra Namaskar, moon salutation. If you would like to, just gently, playfully, no goals here, just arms a little further back. As we gently open the heart center, that heart center is guiding us. Nice. Hands along the front foot. Exhale. And downward facing dog. Gaze at the earth. You could be even closing the eyes. Inhale, our carrot. Exhale all the way to the belly. So knees down, lowering down. Inhale, little cobra. Exhale, come to your child's pose. Let's go over to the right side with the upper body in our child's pose. So the left elbow in front of the right knee, we're going to the right side. The left ear can just rest inside the left upper arm and right arm further back. Breathing into that lower belly region of the navel. Good, come back center. Now before we do the second side, child's pose to the side, we're going to come onto the belly, and you could do half frog this way on the right side, or it could be left arm straight opening behind us and that right leg crossing behind our back. So what keeps our immune system strong, our health strong, is that listening to the inner body when there is excess heat. And it can be mentally with excess intensity. We can cool down. We're focusing on the exhale. Gaze at the earth or inner gazing. So coming onto your belly, hands next to the ribs. Inhale, cobra or upper facing dog. And as we exhale, puppy downward dog or downward facing dog. Onto the knees, and then child's pose with the torso to the left side, upper body to the left side. The right ear can rest inside that right upper arm and left shoulder on top of the right. Two more breaths here. Very nice. Coming to your carrot, baby carrot. Inhale and exhale onto the belly. So it can be right cheek on the right hand, coming for our half frog, or right arm out and having that left leg crossing behind the back. Feeling the coolness of the earth underneath us. Feeling the coolness that comes as we let go of judgments, expectations. And yes, taking our attention in the present moment, definitely very cooling. So onto the belly, hands next to the ribs. Inhale, little cobra, maybe upper facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. So take the knees to the mat and come into a seated position. Let's take the legs in front of us. Ardha Machendrasana, half Lord of the Fish. The right leg to the outside of the left. And if this feels a lot, keeping it on the inside. And then option to bend or not the left leg. So we're taking right hand behind us. Inhale and twisting. Gazing back. Breathing in. And focus on the exhale. Nice. Let's counter twist, other direction. Let's take the legs in front of us. So press down through the inside of the feet. And if it's okay, feet stay parallel to one another. So fingers to the front or out to the side if that feels better. Purvottanasana, opening that front of the belly, navel region. After squeezing everything tight here, opening. Of course, head could go back. And sitting down. So legs in front of us. Now it's that left foot. Maybe bending that lower leg. And the right hand behind us. Inhale. And twisting here. Taking our attention into that lower belly region of the navel. Gaze at the earth. Focusing on the exhale. Very nice. Counter twisting all the way to that other side. And legs in front of us. Straight legs, inhale, and as you exhale, onto the belly. So we're going to do bridge. It can be without the block. If you're ready for bridge with the block, underneath the sacrum, choosing that. So we're in tune with the prana, the vitality inside. And then we're going to now, everyone, place the block underneath the sacrum. If you're already here, great. Otherwise, block underneath the sacrum. Allow the hips to totally release and then straight legs. So we can feel how much opening is happening in the region of that navel. This is a back bend, but it's a cooling back bend, effortlessly in a restorative back bend. Softening with each exhale, letting the breath breathe itself here. And we can feel the deepest layers being nurtured. The nerves, blood tissues, the organs, the glands, very much being nurtured. Glands in the brain such as the pituitary, the hypothalamus, the pineal gland. We can feel all of that, sensing that nourishing practice. So we're going to bend the knees and the feet flat on the mat. Breathing, block to the side. And here, hug the knees. Let's do circles. Both legs together. Other direction. So we're staying really close to the earth. The earth is cooling. So we're going to sit up for our Chandra Vedana, and I will suggest a very comfortable seated position. I'm sitting kneeling. It could be cross-legged. It could be sitting on a chair. Even ideally without the support of the back of the chair, but if you need that, please do. Less dominant hand in Chin Mudra. Dominant hand, it's the 2-piece fingers folding in the palm, or it could be those 2-piece fingers at the third eye center. Okay. So the thumb closes the right nostril, the ring finger closes the left nostril, and keeping a nice long neutral alignment. Sometimes when we close one nostril, we press hard and then the head tilts. We're hoping to keep a nice neutral alignment. So we're going to close the right nostril and inhale through the left. Close the left nostril with ring finger and out through the right nostril. Exhale. Close the right nostril. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale through the right. Close right. Inhale left. Close left. Exhale right. Close the right nostril, inhale left. Close left, exhale right. Close right nostril, inhale left. Close left nostril, exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. Inhale left. Exhale right. And right hand in Chin Mudra. Gaze at the earth. And feel the movement of the breath. So we're going to practice 5 minutes of meditation. If sitting upright in meditation feels a lot, at any time we can lie down. It can be lying down on the mat, flat maybe, calves on the seat of the chair maybe, in any way that you sense is nurturing. It could even be a chest opener, if that you can sense is what your wise inner teacher guides you towards. A playful attitude, light-hearted attitude towards ourselves towards any practices, anything that we're doing. It's okay to do our practice at even less than 50%. So we're going to transition to be on our back. Thank you for your practice. We're going to do, again, a few twists, hugging the right leg, left heel at the bottom of the mat, open the right arm out, and we're twisting here. Twists on the earth, so nurturing. more passive here. Releasing completely. Take that right foot at the bottom of the mat. Hug the left leg and twisting. Consciously slowing down, doing less, very, very cooling. So we're rolling onto the back, and I will suggest for Shavasana to take your calves on the seat of a chair or legs up the wall. Yes, of course, option to take your Shavasana completely onto the earth. Maybe legs up the wall, calves on the seat. Stillness here, so the whole spine on that cooling earth. Throughout the day, practicing that same playful, light-hearted attitude towards whatever we're doing. If we're cooking and it's a little bit off, it's okay. Just really, really playful. Letting go. We can close the eyes. Palms can turn up. And relaxing the lower jaw. Muscles very passive. Organs slowing down. And letting go. Gratitude for each of you. Gratitude for the aliveness, that infinite, formless, luminous nature, and may all expressions be safe, healthy, at peace, free and joyful in the whole cosmos.